Hi, I'm Christina and welcome to Baking with Chickens. Today I'm going to attempt something truly epic and incredible. In celebration of my friend Jenny and Stan's anniversary for their company, Fried Chicken Sandwich Studios, I'm going to bake them a fried chicken cake. And we're going to play some chicken shit bingo. And if you don't know what that is, stick around because I'm going to show you at the end of the episode. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. This is a three-tiered layer cake made of cornbread bibingka, and I'm gonna make a maple buttercream frosting, and I need to top it with a fried chicken sandwich. So this is the biggest cake I have ever tried to make. I only started attempting layer cakes a few months ago, and most of them have been pretty ugly. This is big, and we have about 70 people coming to our house for a party tomorrow. So I can't fail. I have no idea how this is gonna turn out in a cake. I should have prototyped it, but I didn't. So let's see what happens. We're gonna make this recipe. I'm also going a little bit off the recipe and doing a cornbread bibingka, which is a little bit different than regular cornbread. It's special. So a bibingka is a Filipino style dessert made with rice flour. So we're gonna do a cornbread bibingka made with rice flour, cornmeal, and bits of corn kernels. I'm going to double the recipe because this is for cupcakes and I'm trying to make a giant layer cake. So this recipe calls for 6 eggs. These are all of the eggs I've collected from my chickens for the last 6 days. So I have 4 chickens and I get 4 eggs a day. And I keep them here on this egg skelter. The cool thing about fresh farm eggs is that they don't need to be refrigerated. So when chickens lay their eggs, they naturally have a protective bloom layer that goes over the egg, which is antibacterial and prevents all those nasties from getting inside. When you buy eggs from the grocery store, they are pasteurized, which means they've been washed. So that natural protective layer has been washed away. So that's why when you go to Europe, you'll see eggs that are out and not refrigerated. And fresh chicken butt eggs don't have to be refrigerated either. So I know that these are fresh because I've been using them. If you don't know if your eggs are fresh or not, do a float test. So I keep my fresh eggs on this egg skelter because it helps me know which egg was laid when. If I just put them all in a pile, I wouldn't know which ones are fresh and which ones to eat first. The older eggs are here on the bottom and the newer ones go on the top. The recipe is to add rice flour, cornmeal, baking powder, and salt. I'm gonna whisk my dry ingredients together. I'm going to beat the eggs, add sugar and melted butter, and then whisk it until it becomes foamy. Then we'll add coconut milk into the egg, stir to combine, add the dry ingredients, and mix until smooth. I think it's nice when cornbread has little bits of corn in it. I doubled the recipe, and this is dangerous for somebody like me because I needed to make sure that I doubled all of the ingredients. I think I did. I'm pretty sure. Hope and pray. Okay, because I'm making a layer cake, I have 3 different layers that are gonna stack on top of each other like this. So I wanna get this right and not mess up my cake, because every time I make cake, I get these weird belly button dimple things. And hopefully this will be correct this time. Pray for me, you guys, and hope this freaking works, because I don't have a backup plan if this cake fails for my friend's party. And if there's any professional cake bakers out there watching, and you're watching me do this and you're going, no! Sorry, I wish you were here to tell me otherwise. Okay, I'm putting it on this pan to make it easier for me to move in and out of the oven. Maybe this is a baking no-no, but I don't know enough to know if it is or isn't. So let's cross your fingers, bake and pray. Into the oven they go. They're gonna bake for about 20 minutes on 375. So what I learned from my past cake belly button mistakes is that when you put a cake into the oven, you shouldn't open it again. Even if you forgot something you wanna peek, because that's how I got my cake belly button. It started to bake and get all fluffy, and then I opened it and it went and it got these little deflated belly button looking things. So once you get your cake in the oven, close the door and don't open it, until you're ready to check if it's done. My cornbread bibingka is done in the oven. It took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. The recipe was for cupcakes and it said that it only needed to bake for 20 minutes, but because these are in cake pans, it took close to an hour to finish baking. But check it out. As I wait for my cornbread bibingka to cool, I'm going to make some maple Swiss buttercream to go as frosting for my cake. Typical American buttercream is just powdered sugar and tons of butter. I don't like that sweet flavor, and because this is baking with chickens, we're gonna use some eggs. This is a classic technique for Swiss buttercream. You take your egg whites and your sugar, and then we're gonna mix it and whip it together slowly over some slowly simmering water. And what that does is it's going to get the egg whites up to temperature so it's at a safe temperature to eat so they're not raw, and then also melt the sugar. The key to this double boiler is we don't want this bottom pan touching the water in the double boiler. You can buy a double boiler. This is what you can use to melt chocolate, but because this is what I'm whipping it in, I have this really handy, nice big bowl from my KitchenAid mixer, and so I'm just gonna set it on top of this simmering water. It's nice and foamy, the sugar is melted, and our egg whites are pasteurized. If you don't pay attention and it's too hot, you end up cooking your egg whites, and then you've got scrambled egg whites with sugar instead of this nice little mixture. So now my meringue is at stiff peaks. This is room temperature butter. It's really soft and squishy, and that's how we make buttercream. We're gonna incorporate the buttercream into the meringue, and that's what gives you frosting. Right, that looks pretty good, huh? Okay, now I'm gonna add in the maple. So I'll add in some maple syrup. Continue to beat this until it's fluffy. This looks pretty awesome. Check this out. Yeah. My cornbread is done. My maple Swiss buttercream frosting is done, and so now it's time for me to assemble the cake. Yeah! Go cake. Go cake. My friend's agency is called Fried Chicken Sandwich Studios, so today I'm doing a fried chicken sandwich cake in honor of their celebration party. So I have a bunch of people outside for this huge party right now, and I have this beautiful burger bun. I made these using King Arthur Flour's recipe for burger buns, and it is amazing. I highly recommend it. And we have some fried chicken here, and I'm going to take these toothpicks and stick them in to help keep it steady, because I have to carry this cake up several flights of stairs. Dun, da, 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 da. I've got Mike's hot honey here. Hot honey is spicy honey, and I am obsessed with it. I'm gonna put some of this on my cornbread fried chicken cake. Oh my God.
Fried chicken sandwich cake.
Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap.
You were so close.
Can you go around and collect everybody's balls? And then we'll do another round. The Chicken Shit Bingo, for the uninitiated, is a giant bingo card painted on a board, and we put the chickens in tutus and wait for them to take a crap. If the chicken shits on your number, you win! Fun for everyone. If you liked this content, please hit subscribe to get more videos and behind the scenes of hilarious chickens.